It's Fairfield area weather forecast. Sunshine today, high of 90. Clear tonight, low 62. For tomorrow, mostly sunny, high 90. Partly sunny, 88 on Thursday, and the outlook for Friday and Saturday, partly cloudy with the highs each day in the low 80s. Overnight, low 67. Yesterday's high was 92. Currently, humidity at 84%. Winds from the north-northeast at 3 miles an hour. And the pressure 29.97. Sunshine right now and 73 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mark Turner, welcome back.
Well, thank you.
Glad to have you back. Mike Dreeth here.
Glad to be back.
Tom Levine will be here in a few minutes. We did miss you. This is Star Trek Day. Live long and prosper.
So are you going to try the liverwurst?
Now, here's the thing. You guys, you know,
we were joking you.
You know I'm clearly a neophyte when it comes to my understanding of processed meats. I go to Johnny Williams is my Sherpa. I say to him, I ask him questions.
The docent of decadence.
And I say, Johnny, what should I do here? So I went down on your recommendation, Turner.
Right.
And I asked for liverwurst.
No, okay. You asked for Braunschweiger.
Oh, okay. I asked for Braunschweiger. I got it. You know, it was different. But see, you could have played this out for a long period of time.
We could have.
But instead, you coughed up during the news.
Well, we couldn't keep a straight face.
That Braunschweiger and liverwurst are one and the same.
Pretty much the same, yeah. And hence the reason why it's kind of creamy liver, kind of like a liver pate.
Yes, it is.
So,
all right. So I mean, chuck that idea. I've already tried the Braunschweiger. I don't need to try the liverwurst. Anyway, Star Trek Day. Woohoo! So
live long and prosper.
I like Star Trek: The Next Generation is my favorite, and I kind of like the Chris Pine movies, don't you?
Yes, I like the Chris Pine movies also.
I tell you what, the first original Star Trek movies were terrible.
Yes, they were.
Yes,
they were.
It's surprising that a
one where they went
Star
back
Trek
in time
2
and tried to save the whale.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was bad. That was actually
like
directed by
first one.
That was directed by
Spock.
Was it?
Yes.
I thought it was directed by. So Leonard Nimoy is the one that directed the one about the whale.
That was one of the better ones. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think so.
I thought that was one of the worst ones.
All right, so let's see here. I'm trying to recap what I heard you say this morning, Mark, about your time away.
Okay.
Didn't do much.
You didn't go to Snake Road?
No.
You know what he's talking about?
Yes, I know.
Yeah. Well, I thought I just about convinced Tina to go.
Right.
Then she read or heard somewhere that sometimes the snakes hang from the trees.
No.
And that quashed that idea.
That's down near Carbondale.
Yeah, I think it's South Murfreesboro.
Yeah.
Around the Gorham area, I think.
Yeah, we live down there. I think I've been there to the snake. I was there when the snakes were actually crossing.
Yeah.
And they haven't started to cross yet this year.
No, they have.
They have?
They have.
Okay.
They closed the road down last week, and I heard a couple of reports from some folks who did make the trip down. A couple of, the smaller snakes were making the trek.
And you closed out your garden.
Yeah. I dug out, I just...
This guy, what a freeloader. He buys a house, mostly because of the garden.
Right.
Okay. Then he drains it. And he hands out vegetables to people, which was really nice of you, by the way. Making it look like you've got this green thumb.
No.
Right.
I gave credit where credit was due.
It was a pretty productive garden for you, though.
It was.
Last night, I introduced my wife to Bosch. It's on...
It's about a guy that makes tools?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. It's a detective show that's on Prime. And I think I got her hooked. I think we set the hook
Which
on
show
her.
is not a detective show?
True.
Yeah,
I set the hook. I think we're moving forward.
So give us the premise. I mean, it's
like an LA. It's a bad boy LA detective. Gets in trouble all the time.
So he doesn't make tools. He is a tool.
Pretty much. So anyway, So I'm moving forward with that.
So one of those shows where they cut up bodies, open them up, poke around on the organs, and figure out how they died.
Here's another. I got another tip for you.
Yeah, which one?
Look up the TV show Rosewood.
Okay, I'm writing that
It's
down.
kind of like the modern day version of Quincy.
Oh, good.
Okay.
All right, I got that. By the way, I watched a movie last night on Prime called The Founder. It's from 2017.
Yeah, with Michael Keaton.
Michael Keaton's in it. Also, Laura Dern is in it.
Oh, okay. So I've seen that one then.
Okay.
Yeah, the McDonald's Founder.
Okay. Well, I thought
Great
I don't
Croc
remember
story.
the name of it was The Founder. I
That
thought
the
it was
name.
something else.
Well,
so.
see, that's what he called himself, even though this movie is not really kind to Ray Kroc, the guy he didn't even start McDonald's.
No.
I mean, there was a San Bernardino. There was a couple of
Brothers.
brothers that started it, and then their names were McDonald,
Yes.
and he ripped off. They had an agreement.
Everything.
They had
Pretty
an
much.
agreement.
And then he essentially got so big that he said, I got an agreement, but I can run this through the courts forever. You've got
Right.
one restaurant in San Bernardino, and I got 80, and I'll just crush you. And essentially he did. So I don't know how much of this is totally true. He went after one of his franchisees' wives and stole her. Mm-hmm. It's a pretty interesting story.
Yeah.
I don't know how much of it's totally true. You know how Hollywood gets with these matters. So there's
Took a few liberties, I'm assuming.
there's a recommendation for you. The Founder.
Yeah, if you haven't, it is a very good
Yeah.
movie.
All right. Well, I think it's time.
Is this something new? Since I've been gone, everybody gets down.
Sort of like the gopher.
It's a dance sequence from Lappin'.
Oh, okay.
It's a bucket of bunk. It's a bucket of bunk. It's a bucket of bunk.
Is somebody going to hand me a drink when this is over with?
Well, if you were wearing a tuxedo, I'm sure they would.
Wow. Sounds like something James Brown, the hardest working man in entertainment, would do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sid Caesar would be 98 today. He died in 2014 at the age of 91.
Man, had a salad named after him and everything.
Yes, he did. Best known for two pioneering 1950s live television series, Your Show of Shows. Mm-hmm. That was a 90-minute weekly show. Can you imagine?
90 minutes. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, he also had one called Caesar's Hour, Sid Caesar's Hour. Your Show of Shows, and its cast received 7 Emmy nominations, and those were between the years of 53 and 54 only. He's also in a lot of movies. He played Coach Calhoun in Grease, remember?
Yeah.
I do not remember that.
Yeah, he was the coach in Grease.
Yeah.
And the
I
sequel.
don't know that I've ever actually watched Grease or the sequel.
Okay.
I find
I've never seen this sequel.
I find that stunning. Your wife hasn't forced you to watch Grease?
It's
Well, we
not
have
been
more
on
than one
Hallmark.
TV.
Oh, is that why?
And we have more than one TV.
Oh, so you guys go your own separate
Sometimes
ways.
His and hers TVs.
we split the,
You know, Mark, I found that the couple that watches TV together stays together.
Well,
Just a little. Just a
There
little.
you go.
You know what I started watching over the weekend?
What?
Friday Night Lights,
The TV show.
the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Started from episode 1.
I had a friend that was
Started
in the.
just watching
Because you miss football.
because I miss football now.
I had a friend that was in the later part of that show.
Oh yeah.
Barry Tubb. He played the father of one of the kids.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, that's coming up. Barry doesn't show up until a little bit later. He was also in Lonesome Dove, and he was in Top Gun.
Okay.
Lived in Snyder, Texas, and got to know him pretty well. Anyway, Sid Caesar was also in It's a Mad, 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 Mad World. Mm-hmm. Silent movie, The History of the World Part 1, Cannonball Run 2. Now that was...
That was a pretty forgettable experience.
And he was also in Vegas Vacation.
Really? Really?
Yeah, in 1997. The New York Times referred to him as the comedian of comedians. That's a pretty big.
Yeah.
Well, he hired Mel Brooks and Carl Reiner.
He sure did. He struggled with. There's a common theme among our people. They all struggled with alcoholism and addiction to barbiturates. He had one wife and 3 kids. Peter Sellers would be 95 today.
Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun.
You know, he died at the age of 64. That's a little close to home. In 1980. Became known to a worldwide audience. His many film roles, including Chief Inspector Clouseau in the Pink Panther series, as you just did the Henry Mancini soundtrack to it. He was also in Dr. Strangelove, What's New Pussycat, Casino Royale in 1967.
Where he played Bond. James Bond.
He did not play Bond in the Casino Royale. He's also in those 5 Pink Panther series movies. He was a peculiar guy. He also, he claimed to have no identity outside the roles that he played. His behavior was often erratic and compulsive, and he frequently clashed with directors and co-stars, especially in the mid-1970s when his physical and mental health, together with his alcohol and drug problems, were at their height. He was married 4 times, and he had 3 kids. Patsy Cline would be 88 today. I'm doing a lot of old folks here, aren't I?
Queen of country music.
She died in 63. She died at the age of 30.
Yeah. She wasn't very old.
Considered one of the most influential vocalists of the 20th century, was one of the first country music artists to cross over and have a popular song besides being seen as a country artist. Married in 57, gave birth in 58, moved to Nashville, Tennessee to further her career, and she worked with her new manager, Randy Hughes. Cline would become a member of the Grand Ole Opry. She'd become signed by Decca Records in 1960. The 1961 single, I Fall to Pieces, would become her top Billboard country chart hit. As the song became a hit, Cline was severely injured in an automobile accident. It took her several months to get out of the hospital. And after recovering, she was at home. Her husband came home one night and said, I've got this guy that I met down at a bar in Nashville, and he's got a song, and I think it's perfect for
It was
you.
crazy.
That's it. Willie Nelson was the guy.
Mm-hmm.
They played it on the piano. She recorded it the next day. And, of course, it became a massive hit for her and Willie Nelson. Who very few people knew who Willie Nelson was at that time, quite honestly. Between 62 and 63, she had several other hits. In March of 63, she appeared at a benefit in Kansas City, and to return home, she boarded a plane.
Mid-air collision, wasn't it?
No, they just landed short of the runway, and that always is a problem.
Yeah.
She was with a number of other country performers, including Cowboy Copas, Hawkshaw Hawkins, and her manager. And they ran into some weather. The plane crashed outside of Camden, Tennessee, killing all those aboard. Married twice. The second one was famous for its physical battles, according to reports she gave and she took. So
Pretty good movie about her life, too.
Which one is that? What's the name of it? It's just the Patsy Cline story, huh?
No, it's not the Patsy Cline story. Sweet Dreams.
Yes. I've seen parts of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
This dates in September 8th of 1866. The first recorded birth of sextuplets took place in Chicago, Illinois. That's
What year was this?
1866.
Man.
Yeah. The Bushnell sextuplets. It sounds like they all survived. 6 of them.
Wow. Man.
Can you imagine Instant Family? And that was before there were...
I can't imagine an instant family.
Well, you had 2. Just think about that times 3, buddy. In 1945,
Not enough hands.
Bess Meyerson of New York was crowned Miss America. She was the first Jewish contestant to win the title. 1966, NBC TV aired the first episode of Star Trek. That's the reason why it's a Star Trek Day. The show was canceled 3 years later, but it started the whole Gene Roddenberry empire.
Yeah.
1974, President Ford granted an unconditional pardon to Richard Nixon, and that cost Ford the election, undoubtedly. In music news, the Hoboken Four, featuring Frank Sinatra as the lead singer, appeared on Major Bowes Amateur Hour on this day in 1935. That was on WOR Radio in New York. 1965, the television trade publication Daily Variety and the Hollywood Reporter ran an ad seeking folk and roll musicians. Folk and roll instead of rock and roll? Isn't that interesting?
That is interesting.
Folk and roll musicians, singers, or acting roles for a new TV series. The final four choices became the stars on the television show
The
The
Monkees.
Monkeys.
Yeah. Okay, let me think. Michael Nesbitt, Peter Tork,
Uh-huh.
Davy Jones. I'm missing one.
Mickey Dolenz.
Mickey Dolenz. Thank you.
I was going to let him liverwurst it.
1972, Mott the Hoople released All the Young Dudes. Good one. 1988, Elton John sold all of his costumes and concert memorabilia at an auction in London. He got $6.2 million. It was as if he needed it. 2000,
Just walking around Monday for him.
something in the pocket. Sean Puffy Combs in 2000 pled guilty to reduced assault charges in New York criminal court. He was sentenced for a one-day anger management class. That's what he had to go do to be able to get out of this thing.
So, how many different nicknames has this guy had?
Sean
He
Puffy
was
Combs?
Puffy.
Puffy, yes.
He was Puff Daddy.
Puff Daddy.
He was P Diddy.
Yes.
And then he was just Diddy.
Diddy.
Well, it helps
What's
when
that,
you
5?
Yeah, well, that helps when you're getting charged with assault.
Okay.
Which one is it?
Went through anger management.
Sean-
Came out.
Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. P Diddy,
Diddy.
a.k.a. Diddy, a.k.a. P Diddy.
Diddy didn't have, when he changed from P. Diddy to Diddy, Diddy didn't have a record.
Clean slate.
Clean slate.
2006, Whitney Houston filed for divorce from Bobby Brown. Now, if anybody, I blame all of Whitney Houston's problems on Bobby Brown, quite honestly.
And I
really
think so
do.
does everyone else.
And of course, they were married in '92. They had one child, and she's gone now too. It's a shame, terrible shame. Well, our question of the day, it took off. 3,300 people looked at it. The Carnaby Square question of the day. Fellas, Carnaby Square truly is the fashion leader in downtown. That's my best William Shatner, by the way. Truly is the fashion leader in downtown Fairfield. And the question today, what was the most unsettling film you've seen? Oh, we've got some interesting responses. Keep it right here on Morning Coffee.
Okay.
Life is all about changes. Changing of the seasons is what keeps Carnaby's fashion door evolving. Exciting styles and colors from the brands you love to wear. Set a reminder for Carnaby's Facebook Live, trending Thursdays at 7 p.m. See all of the new deliveries of the week. The Carnaby girls invite you to fall forward with Carnaby Square. Carnaby Square has convenient shopping hours, Monday through Saturday, 9 to 5, and open late on Thursdays till 7.
Going beyond the expected. It's what they do at Pekin Insurance, and it's been their way of doing business since 1921. It's service that goes the extra mile and products that provide the flexibility to meet all of today's insurance needs and tomorrow's as well. Stop by and see Randy Hallam or John Ametter at Tucker Hallam Insurance in Wayne City. They will provide you with the financial protection and peace of mind you need and deserve. Tucker Hallam Insurance and Pekin. Beyond the expected.
Jerome here from Main Street Shop in Fairfield. You know, we've been selling Skag mowers for 20-some odd years now, and the most common feedback I get from our customers is they just don't dread mowing anymore. Some even say they now look forward to mowing, the poor souls. But for the rest of us, we say mowing doesn't suck anymore. We even get a feeling of great power as we plow through our yards. And a great-looking lawn, well, that doesn't suck either. Actually, all of us are really glad we got our Skag lawn mowers. Really glad. We are Main Street Shop Fairfield, and we sell those happy Skags. Wow! Zoom!
Time Capsule, sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
Hi, this is Bill Stevens with another Time Capsule quiz. Which month and year was it when live TV showed us the Senate hearings on the Vietnam War?
It isn't going to be too long before the American people will repudiate our war in Southeast Asia.
That, of course, is good news to Hanoi, Senator.
But I don't intend to get down in the gutter with you and engage in that kind of debate, General.
The Soviets' Luna 9 became the first satellite to soft land on the moon. Wilt Chamberlain became the NBA's all-time scoring leader. Baseball star Willie Mays was signed to a record salary of $125,000. Richard Petty got the checkered flag at Daytona. And here's what your car radio sounded like.
Don't mess with me. Working my way back to you, baby. Love makes the world
Well, now you've got the clues. The answer and a piece of the top song from the month and year are coming up.
Swing by the Fairfield Save-A-Lot and take advantage of these great deals. 10-pound bag of chicken leg quarters, $4.90. 5-pound bag of red or gold potatoes, $3.99. Whole boneless pork loins, $1.87 a pound. And whole twin pack pork butts, $1.28 a pound. Prices mentioned are good through Saturday. Good food, great people, great prices at your Save-A-Lot store located on West Main.
February 1966.
These boots are made for walking.
Nancy Sinatra, and These Boots Are Made for Walking, the top song of February 1966. This is Bill Stevens for tcapsule.com. Back soon with another Time Capsule.
Time Capsule has been sponsored today by Save-A-Lot Food Store on West Main, Fairfield.
What is hope? Hope to me was just that he would get to come home. I had no idea how hard it would be once he got back.
I wish she'd stop drinking so much. She thinks it's helping, but it's not. I hope she sees that soon.
I act like I don't care if he comes to my games, but I hope he does.
I used to hope he'd find happiness again. Now I hope our marriage makes it.
I hope Grandpa will get help. He thinks it's too late, but it's not.
With everything that he's going through, I hope he sees a counselor. I just want my brother back.
I hoped he'd get help. Stop hoping things would get better on their own. He told me to stop asking. I didn't. Then one day he asked for a ride.
Hope is knowing there are other families just like yours, that the veterans they love got help and recovered. Go to maketheconnection.net and turn hope into action.
The Fairfield City Band. You know, I miss them.
Yeah.
Those concerts were wonderful. Anyway, question of the day, the Carnaby Square question of the day. What was the most unsettling film you've seen? Tom, you started.
A Clockwork Orange.
Oh, yes.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yes. How about you, Turner?
Prince of Darkness.
Tell me about it.
Alice Cooper is in it, for one.
Okay. Well, that's disturbing.
But it's a group of college students on a research assignment go to a church, an abandoned Catholic church, which in the basement they had basically captured Satan.
Okay.
And
that would be unsettling.
They crack it, they crack it open and lets him out. And all the homeless people around the church turn into these zombie-like creatures. And Alice Cooper is one of them. Man. Oh, man, it just is very unsettling to me.
By the way, before I tell you mine, I met Mrs. Jerome.
Did you?
Yes, I saw her and talked to her. Wow, Zoom, what a nice lady.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Zoom.
Wow, Zoom. I really enjoyed talking to her. All right, well, mine was this one. Think about this for a second. Have you ever seen Kramer versus Kramer? Dustin Hoffman and Meryl Streep.
Irreconcilable differences.
Oh, that little boy, and they're in a divorce. Oh, it killed me. It murdered me. It was at a time when I just got married and just had a kid, and it was like I identified with it totally. I really did. Well, anyway, we have lots of interesting answers to this question. The birds. Double K said, the birds. I was afraid to go outside for a long time, she says, almost like, Jaws, afraid to go into the water. I thought that was pretty scary, too. Yeah, David said, The Exorcist. We had a lot of people said The Exorcist. Yeah. I remember not being able to watch the screen. Go ahead.
Okay. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
I think that Hoxie and boy in striped pajamas.
Say what?
Excuse me?
What? Give me those movies again.
Hoxie and the boy in striped pajamas.
The boy in striped pajamas.
Oh, okay. All right. Thanks for the call.
Thanks a lot. I haven't seen that one. Have you?
No.
All right. We've got more here on the list. Lots of Exorcist. Steve said Pulp Fiction. I thought that was entertaining. I didn't know that was terribly unsettling. How about for you?
It was violent. It just was.
Yeah. I didn't think it was that unsettling to me. You're right. Violent, though.
Patricia, the Blair Witch Project.
That, yeah. Yeah, I forget about that one, but...
Gordy says the Flintstones.
That was scary, but it was in a different way. I mean, that was just really bad.
Yeah.
Corey says Soylent Green. S-O-I-L.
Yeah, Soylent Green.
All right. You know what she's talking about?
Yeah. Where
Charlton Heston was in that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, where, they're solving the world's problem with the Soylent Green. You could eat the Soylent Green, which turned out to be chopped up humans.
Yeah.
Okay. Emily says Platoon.
Yeah. Yeah. That was a Vietnam, about the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen was in that.
Yes, he was. Jennifer says The Passion of the Christ.
Okay. Good morning. You're on Morning Coffee.
I'm just answering the question. Our town, back in the 70s, about when abortions were illegal and girls were being killed in basements by illegal doctors doing abortions. That was very unsettling.
Our town.
Yeah.
I would say. Thank you.
Yeah.
Robert says Faces of Death from the early 80s.
I remember that. It was an entire movie that showed people, real life images of people being killed in different ways.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah. That'd be
imagine. Unsettling.
Yeah.
Marshall said American History X. Not sure. Very good movie.
I remember the movie. I don't think I've ever seen it, though. I remember seeing the title.
Linda says Schindler's List.
Yes. I was waiting for that one to come up.
Yeah, me too. Diana says Butterfly Effect. I've not heard that
Butterfly Effect.
That's what she said.
I don't know. Surprised somebody hasn't mentioned the Mothman prophecies yet.
No. Marcia says One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The Road, Sarah says, based on a novel by McCarthy. Mike says House of 1,000 Corpses. You're getting
Vincent Price.
Getting into the old ones there. Steel Magnolias, Nathan says, The Horror of Horrors.
It was Steel Magnolias.
That's only if he has to watch it.
Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas was what Gayla said. Natural Born Killers is what Dave said. Jeremy says Grave of Fireflies. Debbie says Silence of the Lambs. There's one.
Yeah.
That's unsettling. Steven says Event Horizon. Clara says Skeleton Key. 13 Hours of Benghazi, according to Patty, was very unsettling.
I've not seen that one.
Mm-hmm. The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. We've had that answer before. Daniel says Human Centipede. Ever heard that?
No.
I don't think
Some
I've
of these
heard
I've
of
never
that one.
Oh, here's one I've heard of. Susan said Willard. Remember Willard?
Who?
The rat.
Yeah.
The rat
Yeah.
movie. Susan said 7.
7. Yeah. Morgan Freeman, Brad Pitt,
How about Sophie's Choice?
John Malkovich was in that too. I think 7.
Sophie's Choice, but that's what Liz Ann said.
Mm-hmm.
And Michelle said Requiem for a Dream. There you go.
Okay.
There's your answer. I thought that was
Okay.
a pretty profitable question here on Morning Coffee. Well, we always like to keep track of the records that are going down.
Mm-hmm.
An Australian man is breaking his own record for the longest time spent submerged in ice.
Okay. Was it ice from Taco Tierra?
It was not crushed ice.
Okay.
Was it Vanilla Ice?
No, it was not.
Was it ice cubed?
Yosef
Iced tea, maybe.
Cable sat in a box of ice cubes with nothing but a swimsuit on for 2 hours, 8 minutes, and 57 seconds on Saturday. This
Why?
broke the previous record by about 30 minutes.
Why?
He told reporters he was able to, quote, dampen the wave of pain
No.
for so long by drawing on positive emotions.
Positive, this hurts.
He was removed from the box. The 42-year-old said that he wanted to be shaken, not stirred. By the way, you were right. Tell us. I want to apologize to you, Tom. When you said Peter Sellers was a Bond,
Yeah.
you were right. Tell the story.
Casino Royale.
Okay.
Peter Sellers played James Bond. He was one of the many Bonds in that movie. David Niven was also a Bond. Woody Allen was also a Bond. He was Jimmy Bond.
Jimmy Bond.
Jimmy Bond. It's
I feel good.
just about everyone in the movie is James Bond. So,
You remember Michael O'Keefe?
Michael O'Keefe.
from
The actor.
Yes. Caddyshack was what he was best. He was
Okay.
Danny Noonan
Okay.
in Caddyshack, if you remember.
He wasn't in much else after that.
But guess what he's wanting to do now? He's 65 years old, by the way. He's 65. He wants to carry the clubs and be a caddy in the U.S. Open.
Oh, I thought you were going to say he wanted to remake Caddyshack.
No.
No.
You cannot do that
Who
without.
would you even put in the characters?
Oh, you couldn't. There's no Ted Knight. There's no Rodney Dangerfield.
No.
There's nobody except for this guy.
Yeah. Right.
And the little girl that was a horrible actress.
Oh,
in
yeah.
that movie. But anyway, he wants to be a caddy, and he wants to do it on the biggest stage. Now, here's the thing: Matt Kuchar, who's well known, he said, "I hear you want to be a caddy," and Kuchar famously stiffed his caddy after winning a tournament in 2018. How much money do you think caddies are supposed to make for carrying the bag and consulting with a golfer?
Well, I'm guessing it's a little more than minimum wage.
Well, yes, of course.
10%.
Exactly right, Tom.
Right.
10%. It's what they expect. That's
So
what caddies
the caddy
expect.
for Dustin Johnson this weekend got
Got
$1.5
$1.5
million.
He made how much? How much did he make?
He made $15 million.
Bonus.
Well, his caddy's his brother, so, it works out.
His caddy's his brother, according to the Bobcat. Well, anyway, after winning $1.3 million for his victory in a recent tournament, Kuchar gave his caddy $5,000.
There you go, at $5,000.
What are you giving me for the consideration? on your deathbed, you will have full consciousness. Yeah, because Johnny Williams is my Sherpa of processed meat. This guy here, Danny Noonan,
Wants
Michael
to be the
O'Keefe.
Sherpa
Michael O'Keefe.
of golf
He
clubs.
wants to carry somebody's golf clubs and make, because he's not getting any money for acting. I guarantee you that.
Yeah, he's
So there you go. I
Okay.
just thought that was interesting. So, how far are we away? Do we have time
yeah,
for a
we
couple
got
more
time.
things?
We got time.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. This is from the Rolling Stones. Are never going to retire because they don't have real jobs.
they need the money.
Guitarist Keith Richards says it's been years since he had to do anything other than rock and roll, so why not keep doing that until it's over? Quote, I can't really imagine doing anything else. Well, he's stoned most of the time, and
He doesn't know what he's doing half the time.
He can't remember doing anything else.
they all think according to Richards, the common quote is, who's going to be the first one to get off the bus? In other words, who's going to be the first one to quit the Rolling Stones? They were supposed to be on tour this summer, by the way.
It's a challenge now for him.
I'll
be challenged.
See who can outlast
He is
Mick.
not beating me.
I'm going to go up there on the stage with my walker and give it. Anyway, Richards made headlines when he confirmed that he had finally given up smoking in preparation for the tour this summer. Now, he's probably gone back.
Giving up smoking what?
Cigarettes.
Oh, okay.
My God, the guy had one lit in his hand at all moments.
Yeah.
Those lungs have got to be black.
Toasty.
Anyway, he says he'd quit smoking to get ready for the tour. And now, of course, there's been no tour this summer.
Well, you know why? Because an oxygen tank and breathing apparatus on stage does not look good. It's not rock and roll.
No. By the way, I got to tell you, there's a new cereal, and I think I would go for this.
Uh-oh.
Little Debbie's famous oatmeal cream pie cookies. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I love those, even though they're absolutely riddled with sugar.
Oh, yeah.
You and I can't do it unless we're like bottoming out our blood sugar.
Yeah.
We got to have something to boost it fast.
Right.
It was like 75. Give me a little Debbie's cookie fast.
You can have dinner or you can have a Little Debbie's. One of the two.
Anyway, Little Debbie's, the oatmeal sandwich cookies.
Yeah.
Are
Oatmeal
going to
cream pie.
become a new breakfast food. Kellogg's and Little Debbie's are teaming up to create a cereal that it's made just like the cookie.
Okay.
Kellogg says the cereal will be crispy oatmeal puffs with a cream coating. That's got to be good. There can't be anything wrong with that.
Are they going to put marshmallows in it?
Oh, the breakfast cereal is set to come out in December to celebrate Little Debbie's 60th anniversary. The smaller
Little Debbie.
The smaller size box is set to go on it for about $4, while the bigger box will go for $5.69.
Okay.
Wow, I'm pretty pumped about that. Huh. Let's see what
Oatmeal
else.
cream pie.
Let's see. English are selling 28 years of birthday whiskey to buy home. A 28-year-old Englishman is selling 28 years of birthday whiskey to buy a house. You could probably do that around here, but I don't think whiskey would get it.
I don't think so. I don't know. It depends.
Interesting. You got anything over there, dude?
I do not.
All right, well, I'm still looking here.
Just thinking about trivia.
I didn't even use any of his show prep that he had planned out.
Beats his own. Oh, here we go. Here's a man. Ran a mile in 5 minutes. Already seen as a feat, but why is it such a big deal? I mean, there's the 4-minute mile.
Right.
He did the 5-minute mile backwards. That's the world record, by the way. He's a Kansas man.
Backwards.
I did a 5-minute mile one time.
Did you?
Yeah, I did a 4-minute mile one time, too.
What, on a scooter?
In my car.
I was going to say.
On a bike.
Doing a mile a minute.
Yeah.
Going 60
He went
miles an hour.
backwards. This time, he was 24 seconds faster than the first time he did it in 2015. You know what his name is? You know what his name is?
No.
Bob?
No. Aaron Yoder. He's a track coach. He runs the reverse due to knee damage. He can't run forward. He runs backwards because of his knee damage. What he needs is a good sectional.
He needs a good sectional.
He wants to prove
Maybe a recliner.
Anyone can make a comeback and go for their own championship record. He went 5 minutes backwards.
5
crazy.
minutes backwards.
Well, it would be easy enough. You just got to know when to go into the turn.
Well, you got a guy running behind you going,
Turn! Turn!
turn left.
You get a straight shot, you have no problems at all.
All righty.
All right,
Who's
what
got
he did.
trivia today?
Huh?
Who's got trivia?
Do you have trivia?
Do you
Okay.
have trivia?
No, I don't have trivia.
I have trivia.
Good. I'm glad you do.
All right.
Lead us.
Number one.
What's the topic?
Just movies.
Okay.
More movies.
Movies.
Number one. Who is the first actor to play Jack Ryan on screen?
Okay, I got that.
Number two. Joaquin Phoenix received his first Oscar nomination for playing Roman Emperor Commodus in this movie. Number three. Who played the unsinkable Molly Brown in Titanic?
Oh, gee. Okay.
Number four, in the action thriller Speed, why is Annie, played by Sandra Bullock, why is her driver's license suspended?
Okay.
Okay.
Number five, the Battle of Thermopylae served as the basis of what 2006 movie?
Thermopylae.
The Battle
of Thermopylae.
Boy.
Number six, what is the highest grossing foreign language film at the U.S. box office ever?
The highest grossing foreign
language film. Yep.
Okay.
Number seven, who wrote the screenplay for Rocky?
Who wrote it?
Yeah.
All right.
Number eight, in the movie North by Northwest, what national monument does Cary Grant climb?
Mm-hmm. Very easy.
In the final moments.
There you go.
Number nine, who is the only person ever to receive an Oscar nomination for acting in a Star Wars movie?
Ooh. I bet you Bobcat's going to know that.
And number 10,
He's raising his fist.
In what 1969 James Bond movie does the famous spy fall in love and get married?
Fall in love and get married. This is the one that was the guy that cried and they got rid of him. He wasn't supposed to get married. That's the last time we saw this Bond, but I can't remember that guy's name. All right. We'll attempt. We'll make our best efforts to answer those questions.
Is it Peter Sellers?
No, it's not. We'll be back after this.
If you are looking for a way to positively impact today's community, as well as generations to come, look no further than the Frontier Community College Foundation. The Foundation's goal is to expand facilities and services offered at Frontier Community College, and it's had a hand in the college's expansion over the past 38 years. Donations to the Foundation can be designated to a specific program or sent to a general fund, and they may be written off for tax purposes. Contact President Sarah Rush or Treasurer Diane Robinson to make a donation.
Here's what's going on, brought to you by Jagger's Doggy Daycare in Mount Vernon, your one-stop shop for dogs. They are now reopened and ready to provide you with dog boarding, dog grooming, dog training, and doggy daycare. Learn more by visiting their website at jaggersdoggydaycare.com.
Here's what's going on Saturday, September the 12th. The Jeff Ruritan Club will be hosting their monthly breakfast from 7 to 9 a.m. The menu will be all-you-can-eat sausage, biscuits and gravy, hash browns, scrambled eggs, and pancakes, and the cost is by donation. A farmers market will be held every Saturday, weather permitting, at the Wayne County Courthouse. Vendors are welcome. For more information, contact Dana Wilson at 599-0173. And on Sunday, September 13th, the Fairfield Coin Club will be having their coin show and auction at Frontier Community College. Doors will open at 9 a.m. Meeting and auction will start at 1:30. In accordance with the CDC and contract with the college, the club is asking that everyone please wear a mask and that you observe social distancing guidelines.
It's here. The Big Deal Store is online and waiting for you to shop and buy gift certificates to local businesses. Go to your station's website, WFIWradio.com, and click on Big Deals. Here you'll find dozens of gift certificates for places like Three Chicks Fudgery, Act Tire and Auto, Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, and Bullard's Farm Market and Bakery. You can shop 24 hours a day and save tons of money in the process. But you better hurry. You never know how long each deal will last.
Watermelons.
Healthy.
Cool.
And tasty.
They're grown here and are at the peak of freshness right now.
The Ileana Watermelon Association reminds you that every summer day is better with watermelon.
Bring one home today.
Watermelon.
Your Classic Hits Fairfield area weather forecast. Sunshine today, high 90. Clear tonight, low 62. Mostly sunny, 90 tomorrow. The outlook for Thursday, partly sunny, high 88. Partly cloudy, both Friday and Saturday. Highs in the low 80s. Overnight, low 67. Yesterday's high was 92. Currently, humidity at 70%. Winds from the north-northwest at 3 miles an hour. And the pressure at 30.12. Right now, sunshine at 73 here at the WFIW studios east of Fairfield. Radar showing nothing anywhere in the area in terms of precipitation this morning.
Back on Morning Coffee, we've got the Bobcat outside because we'll need him probably on a couple of these.
Yeah.
All righty. Okay, number one.
He's got number one wrong.
It's not Tom. It's not Tom
Number
Cruise?
one. Who was the first actor to play Jack Ryan?
Not Tom Cruise.
It is not Tom Cruise.
Not Tom Cruise. It's Alec Baldwin.
Alec Baldwin.
Oh, you're right.
Hunt for
That was
Red
in the
October.
movie. Red October, that's right.
Number two, Joaquin Phoenix received
That's the
his
only one I know.
first Oscar nomination for playing Roman Emperor Commodus in this movie.
Gladiator?
Gladiator is correct.
There we go.
Man, look at this. Number three,
He
who
made up
played
for number
the
one.
unsinkable Molly Brown
How about
in
Bette Midler?
Titanic? It is not Bette Midler.
Kathy
Bates.
Bates.
Yep,
Bates,
there was
okay.
no wind beneath her wings in Titanic. Number four, in the action thriller Speed, why is Annie's driver's license suspended?
Speeding tickets.
Speeding!
All right. Well, that'd probably make sense, wouldn't it?
Number five, the Battle of Thermopylae served as the basis of what 2006 movie?
300. Okay, that's the Bobcat. He got that right.
Number six, what is the highest grossing foreign language film at the U.S. box office ever?
You got a guess, Tom?
The Pianist?
It is not The Pianist.
Les Mis is in English, right?
Yes. Les Mis is in English.
Then we don't know.
Everything but the title. Passion of the Christ.
Oh!
Because it was all done in Latin.
Okay.
And it was all done, I guess, with subtitles, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Number seven, who wrote the screenplay for Rocky?
Wasn't it Sly?
Yeah.
That was Sylvester
Sly
Stallone.
Number eight, what national monument does Cary Grant climb in the heart-pounding final moments of North by Northwest?
Mount Rushmore.
Yes, and what a great movie.
Yeah.
I think the plane coming in over Cary Grant's shoulder as he's running in that field.
Right.
Yeah.
That's one of the neatest cinematic tricks I've ever seen.
The plane. Number eight, name the only person ever to receive an Oscar nomination for a Star Wars movie.
Okay, well, I don't have a clue.
I would say it's one of the makeup artists. But
Alec Guinness.
Alec Guinness, Sir Alec
Yep,
Guinness?
that would be it.
Really?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The original
right?
Obi-Wan.
Son of a gun. All right.
And number 10, in what 1969 James Bond movie does the famous spy fall in love and get married?
Was this the George Lisenby character?
To have and to have not. No.
It is not that.
Is it on Her Majesty's Secret Service?
Look at this.
On Her Majesty's
Wow.
Secret Service.
Bobcat, pretty much rule the roost again today. It's amazing. You know, it's amazing the data shoved between those two New Hope ears. It is incredible.
Bet he knows the difference between liverwurst and Braunschweiger.
Do you know that difference? Did you know that those were one and the same?
I've not ever seen that in Star Wars.
He's never seen that
Liverwurst
in
and
Star Wars.
Braunschweiger
Well, you know, in the
don't show up.
In the opening scenes of the original Star Wars, the first one ever put out, when they go into that bar on, is it Tatooine or something like that? They're having Braunschweiger and crackers.
That's what they did with mustard, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's not it.
Aunt
No,
Beru.
that was their...
Aunt Beru is like, Luke, eat your Braunschweiger. Smells like liverwurst, Dad. Smells like liverwurst.
Don't you know they're one and the same?
I don't like liverwurst.
I'm gonna go in.
You're going to ask for liverwurst, aren't you?
I'm just gonna see what happens. I'm going into Johnny's. I'm leaning against, and I'm going to say, how about, I'd like to.
Can you give us some liverwurst?
I'd like to try
Hook me up with some liverwurst.
Just a little slice of liverwurst. Put it on a cracker for me.
Well, it's got to be on a cracker. I mean, there's some unwritten rule somewhere.
Well, the Braunschweiger,
You need
they
the
just,
crunch to go with
Johnny
cream.
just.
It's just like, you know, Braunschweiger should be on crackers.
Right.
Chicken should be served at all church dinners.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken. Yeah.
Agreed.
Mm-hmm. So, you know.
Fried chicken should be served at residential homes too, and it should be approved by the lady of the house.
Okay.
In fact, she should actually fry it.
Fry it, yeah.
She won't.
In a big cast iron skillet with
In a big
lard,
cast
right?
iron skillet.
Nothing like a little bit of lard.
It makes everything better.
Well, it makes the pie crust a little more crisp. That's for sure. Oh my! All right. Well, I think we've knocked this one in the head. Tomorrow,
Well, we've done something.
We have done that. Tomorrow, Ken Odie will be here.
Oh, Ken's coming in on Tuesday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Hey!
See if I could.
Yesterday we
convince him to.
all worked here. You didn't. It was Labor Day, my friend.
That's right.
And so Ken will be here tomorrow.
Hey, I labored yesterday.
Yeah, not here.
No.
And he'll be here tomorrow, and he's already given me the question of the day, and it's going to go up at 10 o'clock, and who knows what. By the way, there's a city council meeting tonight, so he might give us some insight as to what's going on there, okay?
All righty.
All right. For Tom, for Mark, Mike Dreeth, thank you for being with us. Alexa, play WFIW.
It's time for classic hits from WFIW.
All the important news here first. This is WFIW FM Fairfield, the station listened to, not just heard, 104.9 FM.
Time now for the news, brought to you by Boyd Furniture and Mattress Center, downtown Wayne City. No one beats their prices on Serta iComfort mattresses. See weekly pictures and prices on Facebook.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. The Senate's back in session today with no word on any progress toward another coronavirus financial relief package. White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows tells Fox Business Network there's plenty to